welcome to Make Kind Loud, conversations that turn up the volume. Today we have with us Marisa Tigney. What's up, Marisa?
What's up, Louisa? Make Kind Loud.
How are you?
I am so amazing. I am absolutely amazing. How are you today?
I am beautiful. I cannot complain. And even if I did, what are we going to do about it, right?
Right. We're just going to make kind louder.
I love that. I love that. So I'm going to tell the people about you, and then we're just going to jump in and have a conversation.
Absolutely.
Marisa Tigney is originally from Lansing, Michigan. She has established an impressive background in hotel and restaurant management. Her passions are giving back to the community through community service. She was a Dallas Cowboys Deserves a Crown recipient through Minnie's Food Pantry for her volunteer service. She currently is starting her new podcast, Her That, with Marisa Tigney in early September that spotlights sports and entertainment from a fan's point of view. She is currently residing in Allen, Texas with her wonderful husband, Tim. I love that. There's so many things, but you're currently in Michigan right now, right?
I'm currently in Michigan right now. My wonderful, amazing sister had a beautiful baby girl on the 22nd.
Yay.
She came out healthy. Mom's healthy. Baby is healthy. Her name is Noelle. And she is the most, I'm sorry for every child that is on the planet that's been born this month of August. My niece takes precedence over your baby. I'm glad that your babies came out healthy, but my niece is the most stunning, beautiful baby. And I know everybody says that about their kids. However, back to me. My niece is beautiful.
Back to me and my niece.
Back to me and my niece. My niece is just gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And my sister is healthy. She's amazing. She's basically my shero. I was in the room the whole entire time when she went through the labor process, and was just absolutely amazing the time through. So
you are beaming right now.
I am. I mean, I still have the hospital bracelet on. Like, this is the best fashion accessory that I could ever have, because I should have cut this off, but I just can't. I can't. I just, oh my gosh. I look at it and I remind myself how amazing God is.
Yes.
When I look at this and I look at that little girl, I just am so grateful and just so blessed.
Yeah.
For her to be here, my sister and I were talking. It was so cool what she said when we got released. When she got released from the hospital, I was with her and I drove her home, and she said our grandmother, who passed away a year ago, she said that Noelle was picked by our grandmother, and was a blessing from her, from God for our family, and I couldn't agree more. Like, she's just one of the most outstanding, beautiful babies that is coming to her own I have ever seen.
I love that. And I thought you were talking about the name, but you meant that your grandmother handpicked Noelle.
Yeah, Noelle.
Oh, I love that. Mm-hmm. That is beautiful. So, yes. Wow, I love babies, as you know, and so I cannot wait to see all the pictures. And I know your camera roll was full.
My camera roll was full, yes. So people have asked, can we see the baby? Can we that? And I don't like taking the spotlight away from somebody that has had something great happen to them. And this is a huge moment for her. And now becoming, a new role that's added into her career, her life, mother. So I don't want to take that from her. So I tell people, I say, whenever she wants to post them, she will post them. But if anybody comes in, I'm visiting or I'm volunteering, and people have heard, I heard about your niece, and they're right there, I will show them a picture of my beautiful niece. But that platform, I want to leave that for her.
Yeah.
And when she's ready and she's, wants to post a picture up, that is what she will do. And everybody saw the picture I posted. It was a foot. The most beautiful foot you are ever going to see. It's
a beautiful foot.
It's a beautiful foot. So that is all that you're gonna get from me. Maybe a little bitty hand holding my finger. I'll post that one next, but you know, just that time so that mother and daughter can bond. That's a precious time you don't want to take from somebody. So
I get it, but when she gives you that green light, though,
oh yeah, oh yeah. Between all of us, my mother, my father, my brother, and my sister, I mean, all of us have been swapping pictures. And then my mom will be like, wait a minute, I didn't get that one. Oh, I got you, Mom. I'm gonna send you that one right now. And my brother like, hold up, I didn't get that one. Oh, I got you right now. Hey, what's that one? Okay, I'll put that as my screensaver. Like, we're all picture swapping.
Yeah, yeah.
My sister is like, really, y'all? We're like, oh yeah. And she's not even a week old. Like, I don't even want to imagine what it's gonna be like down the road when she gets older, like hits that month old, 2 months, one. I mean, when she hits 1 year, oh, it's on. I'm back up here. When she's close. You can't tell me nothing. I will be here for her one. Oh yeah.
Oh, I love that.
This pandemic better be done.
Better be.
August 2021. This pandemic better be done because I'm here for sure.
Yes, I am with you on that for sure, and I get that. So, tell me about your community service. Like, I know you're big into community service and like to help people. And why is that important to you?
My community service actually started here in Lansing. My first community service that I've done that I can recall is when I was a junior and a senior in high school. I was able to go to the Lansing City Rescue Mission, which is downtown here in Lansing, and to see that people that had a need didn't, I don't know how I want to phrase this, they didn't realize that they had a need. They were basically grateful for being in a warm place, getting a warm meal, and just conversing as if they never had a care in the world. And through 17-year-old's eyes, you're like, wait a minute, but you're homeless, but you live under a bridge, but how in the world can you be so grateful of not having anything? But then they did have everything. If you get what I'm saying, they had everything. They had gratitude. They had gratitude of where they were at that particular time. They were alive. They were able to walk in and get help. They were able to stay overnight and have a bed and have a meal provided for them and their family. And many of those families, and one that was I drew close to during that time when I was doing that community service week, was able to get themselves out of the shelter and into a home. And then she ended up getting a job and then taking care of her kids. And still to this day, now she's helping other people, you know? So it was really nice to track that person down 20, 30 years later, and her kids are all grown and they're making an impact in their community. So it was something that always stuck with me, that I wanted to be involved in community service. So from Lansing, moving from here to Hilliard, Ohio, which is outside of Columbus, Ohio. Getting involved in Dress for Success, which is a nonprofit organization that gives second chances, for those that are wanting a second chance to for career, for life-changing skills. And so Dress for Success will take them through the process of how to interview, how to appear before, your potential employer and everything. So I was like, man, this is so great. And then finding out that we were moving to Texas, I, on Facebook, because I saw all of her videos, connected through Dr. Cheryl Jackson, that way from Minnie's Food Pantry. And then when we found out that, my husband wanted to, go to Dallas to move to Texas, I was like, okay, well, the one thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to volunteer at Minnie's Food Pantry. That's a non-negotiable. And so while she had her broadcast live, she basically called me out. And I told her, I said, I'm on my way to, Texas and everything else. And she's like, well, you only got a few days to unpack your house because I expect you to be here and to volunteer. And I'm going, okay. Done deal. I'll make it happen. And 4.5 years later, I have served there at Minnie's Food Pantry, and it has been the most amazing experience of my life.
Yeah.
I mean,
why is it so amazing?
Louisa, you don't think of when you walk in through that door, and you could be having the worst day possible, or something that has shifted your happiness, or you think that you've mentally hit rock bottom. You walk through that door, and that whole environment of love and serving with love, and seeing all the clients come in, all of that you thought was just the end of the world problems, third world issues.
Yeah.
It goes away. And I always call it, and it is indeed, and it's called the happy place. It truly is the happy place. For the reason that you walk in there and you have no choice but to be happy, despite that you could be going through the most absolute hell. When I serve in concierge because I just love people.
Yeah.
And that's the area that I love being in. And so when you see the clients come through, you're just there to serve them a cup of coffee, a smile, a snack, and all of them, hearing their stories and just listening, and just, when we could, before the pandemic, hug.
Yeah.
Which I miss. I miss hugs. I miss hugs. And hearing their stories and seeing what they're going through, but every single one of them leaving out of that pantry so grateful and thankful for Minnie's Food Pantry. And I mean, it changes you. It changes you because you're giving to someone else your time, your love, your gratitude, your kindness. It makes you forget about what you have going on, and you want to be there for that client. You want to be there in that space of love, and you want to be there in that space of gratitude. That is what's so important, and that is what I take away every single time that I volunteer there, every time.
Yeah. And that's that. You said something. I mean, that's the key, is that everybody goes through stuff. Everybody has something, right?
Yeah.
We can just offer each other a little grace. How different this world would be if everyone that you meet, you just offer them a little bit of grace.
Exactly.
You have no idea what they're going through.
None. You have no idea what they're going through. And there's been times where they came in through concierge, and you got that one abrasive, one lady that I can think in particular that just comes in and she's just so abrasive, and everything else. I'm like, okay, we gonna dig through these rocks to get to the lights, because you know how you just you're in a tunnel, and you're just digging through, and then you see that little beam of light.
Yeah.
Knowing that you're at the end of the tunnel, that is right there. You're so close to walking out of there and being free. And I'm like, okay, she's got a little light inside of her. We gonna dig through the layers. We're gonna dig through the layers, and over time, like, she will come specifically on the days that I volunteer. And she will, she'll come through the door, and I'm like, hi, Kathy. She's like, hi. And I'm like, I got cat food for you today. How you doing? She goes, well, you're here. I'm happy. And it's just like, oh my gosh, she actually smiled. Let me just process this moment. Because trying to get this woman to smile for 3 months straight.
Right.
It was a challenge, but just hearing what she's going through and hearing her story, and then, well, this happened to me today, and my daughter's picking me up. I don't have to take the DART transportation system, and we're going to lunch. Oh, Kathy, that is wonderful. And then she'll come back the next month, and Kathy, it looks like you got some new earrings. Oh, thank you for noticing. Like, those little things there with these clients, when they come in, it means everything to them.
Yeah.
And it means everything to me as well, because I learned a little bit about myself, that my gratitude path gets bigger. My gratitude path, it gets brighter.
Yeah.
My kindness that I have in my heart, it feeds my soul, because we need it. We need it in this time that's going on, in this unfortunate time of uncertainty and chaos.
Yeah.
Your hashtag Make Kind loud. We have to do that, because it could be a smile through the mask. I mean, I try to like, you know, be joyous through my eyes, you know, because they can't see my smile because I love smiling. We have to project that to people that need that, and we all need that boost from time to time because it's just so much. You feel it. You can walk into a room, and if it's filled with anxiety and pressure and people feeling lost, and you know, just a heaviness, a little spark of kindness, a little spark of joy can start to make the room brighter.
Yeah.
That's what I hope that I try to do wherever I go. And, you know, I hope that others do that as well, because we need more of that.
Yeah. What I love about that story that you shared is that she felt seen. She felt seen and noticed by you. And so she wanted to make sure that whenever you're there, she comes because she knows that you're going to see her.
Yes.
And that's all that we all want, right?
Absolutely.
To be seen and to be heard.
Yeah. Especially, you know, because that is so good that you said that, because that's what I hope that as many volunteers have come through, I hope that I can do my part to make that happen.
Yeah.
And to make that client feel seen and feel heard and feel like that they matter and feel like that they're loved.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
Because as I said, and you said it as well, we don't know what they're going through. We have not a clue what they're going through. I'm serving you coffee. It brought tears to some of the clients' eyes, a cup of coffee. Them coming in for the first time to get serviced, and we're not asking them a bunch of questions and everything else. We're having them fill a one-page form out and you know, saying that this is what you need, and you need you know, these materials, this ID and everything, to make sure you get service and everything else. And they start bawling like, you all have no idea. I just feel ashamed. I feel this. We don't want you to feel that way. And just surround them with all kinds of love and happiness and joy, because more so than ever in the 4.5 years that I have been there. And I'm an employee right now that's currently furloughed. It's been 5 months. And when I tell you, Louisa, that your videos and different things that I've seen at Minnie's Food Pantry and people that have been, you know, texting me and doing wellness checks and just seeing how my mental is doing, I mean, that has just been a bright spot for me.
Yeah.
And that's what we need to do for each other. We need to check on each other and make sure that everyone is, you know, all right and doing well. And, you know, if you're not, let's talk about it. Let's get it out, you know, so you don't have that stored inside of you, you know, because God forbid it could take a wrong turn. And we're seeing that more than ever now, where people are unfortunately taking that wrong turn.
Yeah.
You know, so.
And it's important to reaching out and the checking on people, and, you know, just doing what you can just to offer a little light.
Oh, yeah.
Because 2020 has been crazy, from the pandemic to the social injustices to police brutality to people not having jobs. I mean, it's a lot.
It is a lot.
You know, it's not just one thing. It's like a lot of things are happening right now at the same time.
Yeah.
And people, we just need to be there and just offer a little light, you know, a little source of inspiration.
Yeah, absolutely. We need it more so than ever. Words matter.
Yeah.
And the kind of words that we feed our souls and our kind of words that we receive from people, it's like a plant that is needing water and sunlight. It doesn't get the proper amount of sunlight. If it doesn't get the water and the nourishment, the food that it needs, what happens to the plant?
It dies. Yep.
So that happens inside of our hearts and our souls when we just see nothing but chaos and hear nothing but negativity, and it's constant. And it goes on and on and on and on and on. If someone is continually feeding on that, they're going to end up, their heart is going to end up broken. Their spirits are going to end up broken.
Right.
I learned something when I was in high school about the shark. A shark is constantly swimming, constantly swimming. If it stops swimming, the shark is going to end up dying. It dies.
Yeah.
And so it is very, very important and imperative what we say to one another and how we speak to one another and check on one another during this time. It's huge. It's major.
Yeah. So. And it's vital to to everyone. I mean, not just the person that you're checking on, but to yourself too. Because, you know, we have to feed our own souls, and we have to, like you just said, keep swimming or, you know, or you perish. And we have to feed our souls all the goodness and the love and through the chaos, because chaos is always going to be here. Maybe not to this magnitude in the future, but it's always going to be here. Always. And we've got to have the tools in our back pocket of how to get through that. And so that's what 2020 is teaching all of us right now. So
and it's important to realize that lesson, what 2020 is teaching us. I've seen so many, and I'm sure you've seen that too, so many posts of people like, oh my God, I'm ready for 2020 to be over with. Can 2021 happen? 2021 is eventually going to happen, but what are you doing right now in 2020 through all of this that's happening? What are you doing for yourself? What are you doing for your neighbor? What are you doing for your friends? Don't get sucked up and wallow in the pity. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? There's so much that you can do from your couch. If you don't want to go out right now during this time of the pandemic, you don't want to go out and wear a mask, but you stay at home, do these videos like you're doing. Call your friends up and check on them, see how they're doing. Drop some food over at their house. You social distance selfie someone. Like if you were on the porch and I was having to come by, like, hey girl, hey. You know, right. Yeah. You doing good? I'm great. All right, good. Make kind loud. Make kind loud. Okay. You know, just keep it going. But you just, 2 to 5 seconds, 2 minutes, 5 minutes. Check on your friends, check on your loved ones, check on your neighbors, see how they're doing. It's so imperative at these times. Yeah. Big time.
Yeah, and we just got to keep doing our parts and keep showing up every day. That's it. I mean, it can get tiring, and we're not saying that it's not hard at times, but keep showing up anyway, regardless.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. 100% show up. Oh, so, I agree with you on that. Yes, ma'am. That's good. You dropping gems on here right now, though. I'm like, where's my notebook at? I'm like, girlfriend is dropping these gems right now. Like, hopefully people that are watching this, they're like receiving something. So I hope they are. So
thank you. So you have a podcast called Heard That? Tell me about that.
I got a podcast that's coming out right now. If people want to follow my Facebook page right now, it's Heard That with Marisa Tigney. It's been something that I wanted to do for a long time. During this pandemic has taught me a lot of life lessons. And one of them is putting my dreams to reality. Because I've always talked about wanting to do something because I love talk. I love sports. I love entertainment. I love travel. And I've always talked about it or, had little mini debates with my family on sports teams and events and everything else. And my brother one day was watching me. He's like, you need to go behind the microphone and talk about it. I'm like, I don't want to do all that. I just like debating with y'all because I got so many points. He goes, okay, but use these points and get other people involved and talk about, from a fan's perspective. He goes, you're a fan. There's many fans out there. Why don't y'all talk about it? I'm like, listen to my brother dropping a whole word on here at me. Okay. So I started the page that I currently have up, and I will just post videos, and I post, events that are happening, hot topics from a fan's point of view and everything else. And now it's expanded to this podcast that's coming out in September. My website is almost completed. I'm blogging. I never pictured myself blogging, but when I got something to say after I've seen so much, and we just talked about it so much as social injustices, and it's spilled over into the sports arenas and Yesterday, the NBA deciding that they were going to play after postponing games for the past couple of days because of the unfortunate thing that happened in Wisconsin. Louisa, we're just seeing it left and right where people are using their platform to be heard, to have a voice to the voiceless. And, you know, it's causing other people to talk about it. And I've had, I think it was yesterday or the day before, I posted a video because it was a nonstop 2-hour discussion with so many fans about the NBA postponing and the Clippers and the Lakers possibly walking out from the season. And then you had the WNBA that postponed. You had the middle MLS, the soccer leagues postponing 5 games, and then the MLB.
Right.
You know, so I mean, it started with my beloved favorite team, Detroit Lions, putting practices and things on hold to speak about, you know, Jacob Blake and the issue that was happening there. And so it's so interesting. Yesterday was the 4-year anniversary when Kaepernick started taking a knee.
Wow, I saw that. Yeah. Wow, has it been 4 years?
4 years ago.
Wow.
4 years ago, he took a knee. And it's amazing how the 4 years have now transformed and evolved to this moment. And, you know, Roger Goodell admitting that he was wrong in that aspect. And we're getting people that are not Black and of not brown skin wanting to listen, and wanting to learn. And how can I be an ally? It's one thing to wear it on your shirt, which is great.
Yeah.
What are you doing putting the actions to your words that you're wearing? The words are powerful. That's one thing that is, let's make that clear. Words are powerful, negative or positive.
Right.
And the positivity that they have on their jerseys on the front, Black Lives Matter, and then, you know, equality and justice and, you know, reform all on the back. But what are you doing with your platform to do something about it? And so these players taking a step, I applaud them for doing that.
Yeah.
And when I tell you the debate was real on people saying they're spoiled, why are they doing this? They need to give back their money. This is not what they signed up for. They need to shut up and dribble or shut up and throw a pass, or they're just athletes. And then, you know, this guy that was talking, he was upset. And I put in the video that I posted, he was upset that he took the day off and was planning on watching a bunch of NBA games. And why are they doing this? And how dare they? And they ruined his plans. And I said, well, sir, they're more than just athletes. They're wanting to speak out. There's a lot of injustices, if you don't realize, going on in the world. And he called me a derogatory name.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, you know, I had a lot of people that, like, you know, had my back, people that I didn't know, even people that were certified blue check mark folk that did, that jumped right in and just basically shut him down. But now he's sitting there and reading that, and it didn't shock me. It disappointed me.
Yeah. Oh my God, I'm gonna cry. Like, that is.
It disappointed me because, and it's so interesting. That same day, I watched your broadcast. I watched your Make Kind Loud about, you know, connecting with people and you know, something else that you had said, but the you were talking about connecting with people and you know, knowing who they are and everything that you was dropping bars on that, and I'm going, and then all of this started transpiring about how they were, you know, going on strike and all this, and then that gentleman, you know, that I said, I'm just going to pray for you, and you know, I hope everything works out. And people were just surprised, like going, you ain't going to cuss him out. You ain't going to this. 1, I'm not going to give him that environment. 2, I'm not going to give him that energy. 3, I'm not going to stoop to that level.
Exactly. Because you have a choice.
Yeah. So it's just, you know, you meet all different kinds of people, and then just getting that directly said to you, I was like, wow. It's 2020, and still people feel comfortable in their racism. They feel more comfortable in their racism and saying what they want to say. And so, you know, I appreciate the people that had my back, and and all that. And I didn't even give him the platform. I didn't want to retweet it. I didn't even, want to screenshot it. Look what this man called me.
Right.
I didn't want to glorify that. I just want him to do some soul searching, and I appreciate Twitter for shutting him down. I just want him to do some soul searching and realize that at the end of the day, beginning of the day, middle of the day, that hate does not win. That racism does not win.
Yep.
That, I have a voice. You have a voice. People have voices. And what we choose to do with our voices is a powerful thing. And what we choose to do with our voices is to amplify kindness, gratitude, and the importance of being there for one another.
Yeah. And the importance and the power behind that restraint. Because you could have easily gone off and said all kinds of things.
All kinds of stuff.
But the power behind that restraint and simply saying, I'm going to pray for you, and then everyone else coming to your defense, you know what I'm saying? That's the beautiful part about it. And you have a choice of how to respond. People are going to come at you. They are. And it hurts my soul. That's why I was crying, because it hurt my soul to hear that they did that to you over a game.
A game. I'm going as if you were right there, sir, front row seats and everything else. You took a day off and a game didn't happen. It's that magical thing called the DVR, sir. You can easily DVR the game or the team that you have and so forth. And I happened to peek on his page, Louisa, and he was not even a fan of none of those teams that were playing.
No, he was just...
So I'm just like, sir, you're upset at me trying to go that route, thought you were going to knock me down,
right?
Which you weren't even a fan of. So you just basically was just talking to be talking. But you know what? Love wins, kindness wins, gratitude rocks, and you are not going to steal my joy. So
all of that,
you lose.
And you are not going to steal my joy.
You are not stealing my joy, sir. So it was just, seeing that from that point of view. And I'm going, okay, this is not going to derail me for what I want to do. And I want to, talk about the things that are happening. And I want to talk, tie it into entertainment. I want to talk about, sports and, the importance of it and get people involved in hearing their feedback and hearing their voice and everything. So that's what my page is that I currently have up. I post different things, the hot topics that are going on currently right now. And, we've had many people that have came through and discussed their feelings and their thoughts of it. So that's what I like. I like that kind of forum and hearing it because, hearing different sides, different points of view without going crazy, like the guy I'm still praying for.
Right. Still to the day.
Right. So, that's always, I always like that kind of format, just having a discussion as if we're all here in the same space, talking about the things that are going on currently in our world.
Yeah. And that's it. That's the conversation, is having those discussions.
Yeah.
We don't have to agree on anything.
That part.
We can fundamentally disagree about every topic.
Yes.
And still have a civil discussion and still be kind to each other and still respect each other. I mean, literally, it's okay to have, it's okay. And it's celebrated to have differences of opinions. But it's when you take it to that next level, to that next negative level, that's when it all derails. So I love that you are offering a space for people to debate and just have fun talking about, sports and what's going on in the world. And hopefully someone will say something that might make you think, well, let me think about that.
Yeah.
And that's what a discussion is, really.
It is. And it doesn't have to be where it's got to be a shouting match. It doesn't have to be where we degrade one another. It doesn't have to be the name calling and all that. I mean, we teach our young children. We teach those that are, that are younger than us to, always the please and thank you and the yes ma'am and the no ma'am and everything else. As adults, we shouldn't get a free pass once we able to go and we grow up and we pay bills and we have our own homes and cars and all that. We shouldn't get a free pass away from all those things that were taught to us growing up.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? We got to continue to keep this an example. That's the thing that we need to pass on to this next generation is being of character. And that's the thing that we get away from. Like, you know, people are so, you know, focusing on, you know, if a loved one in their family passes away, they leave them, you know, XYZ or some, you know, some land or this thing and everything else. Those are the items that they're wonderful. But here's the thing, at the end of the day, we can't take it with us when we leave. We can't. For what's the most important thing you want to leave on this earth is your legacy.
Yes.
How is everybody going to remember Louisa? How's everybody going to remember Marisa Tigney? And I want to be, you know, where I'm able to leave a legacy where she was kind, she, you know, loved, she saw others before she saw herself, she did this thing and that thing. And I'm continually being a work in progress and wanting to be better than I previously was. We had a saying when I was working at, I want to say at Old Chicago or Logan's, it was a saying in our mantra, you want to come to work, do your job, but you want to leave out of there and then come back the next day. You want to be better than your previous best. So I don't want to be, if I want to strive for greatness, if I want to strive for better, I don't want to be what I was yesterday. I want to be better today. And then when I lay my head on my pillow and thank God for all the things that he's done and the gratitude and everything that he's done in my life, and wake up. I think I faded out. Okay, sorry about that.
Okay, yeah, you're back. Yeah.
Okay. I want to be better than my previous. So that's what I strive for every day.
Yeah. And I love that. I love that. And I think, I mean, I could talk to you forever. This is our first time ever actually having a face-to-face. And I'm telling you, this has been a beautiful conversation. And I really do appreciate you saying yes and jumping on and just sharing your heart with us.
Absolutely. I mean, the message that you're sending and that you preach and the daily thing that you're doing one every single day of Make Kind Loud is absolutely fantastic. For you to be dedicated to do that. You see me?
I can't see you. I can hear you though.
Okay. For you to continually to do that daily is absolutely astounding. So I applaud you for that.
Thank you
for doing that.
Thank you. And you just keep doing what you're doing, and I appreciate you. And thank you once again for just sharing your heart with us.
Thank you. This was fun. Thank you so much.
This has been another episode of Make Kind Loud, conversations that turn up the volume. And today, Marisa was just dropping her heart on us, and I appreciate that. And one of the things that she said that I hope you guys did not miss was be better than your best was yesterday. Be better today than your best was yesterday. And if we all can strive for that, this would be a different world. So once again, Marisa, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, we'll see you guys next time. This is the season finale of season 2. Season 3 will come up in a couple of weeks. So enjoy, get out there and love. And remember, you always have a choice how you show up. We'll see you next time. Bye.